I'm sorry, guys. Here, you sit right there. I'll switch it.
Am I in the wrong place? Sorry.
You go
No,
there.
he needs the gavel. How are we gonna survive if Dave
Here,
doesn't
Tim,
have
you
the
go right
gavel?
there, bud.
Okay.
Laura, and then
I
Michael's
get to
coming
sit
in.
next to Jessica.
Michael is coming
Good
in.
deal.
Oh, full house.
Nice to see you. How are you? Good. I'm well, thank you.
Hey, seriously, let's have that conversation. There is no reason we have to do that at 7:30.
Yeah, it's inconvenient for everybody, I suppose.
But-
I mean, it
Well,
certainly
no,
is for me, though.
but, seriously, as a state employee, you tell me whenever you want me to, you know. See, my problem is at 7 o'clock I go to my office no matter what. It's like a fire drill, I just go.
In the
I
morning.
like starting early. I like starting early too, but during the school year, I gotta get my kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't like starting early at all.
Well, she's a banker. Of course she doesn't like starting early. That's why they call them bankers hours.
Oh, no. Oh, the pandemic almost killed me.
Really?
Live clean, work hard, you get a
I
parking
need somewhere
spot.
to go in the morning. No, I'm good. From noon on, I'm fine. But no, I gotta have somewhere to go for 4 or 5 hours. Oh, yeah.
Does this really crank?
Yeah,
Do I crank?
I wouldn't
myself
mind.
down?
And if you're standing there with my wife and you say, hey, when are you gonna retire? She'll say, no, never, never,
Nope, that's not it.
never. Just don't put that idea in his mind.
She works there.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's a faculty member. She goes in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 1 to 7.
Oh, she's a faculty member, so she doesn't really
Yeah.
work.
Well, that's
She goes in.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't say it too
Yeah,
loudly.
that's right. We're in a college town. That's right. You'll run out.
Oh, my friends are always like, we don't get paid in the summer. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I used to, when I first started to lobby for the university, they had this idea that we should send faculty down, and I took Sophie Blades, a dear friend of mine, and this old senator. He's going. Okay, so let me get this right. You teach 3 classes a day. He was a teacher. He said you teach 3 classes a day. She goes, I teach 3 classes a week, and I'm like, a week? I teach 5 periods a day. Well, we don't have periods. Well, how much do you teach? Well, I teach 3 classes. And he was like, we have to have this. We're going to have a word. No. That was. So we got rid of them quick.
Showtime.
Are we?
Didn't get a cue or anything. Did I walk away from my pen? Is there an extra pen down there? Thank you, sir.
Let me call this meeting of the Morgantown Land Reuse and Preservation Agency to order. We do have proof of notice of meeting, and let me do the roll call. Ms. McDonald is here. Mr. Kirby is not here. Ms. Rye is here. Mr. Mills is coming. Mr. Stranko is here. Mr. Bailey is not here, and the chair is here. Moving to the first item of business is the 2023 leadership election. I would now open the floor for nominations.
I nominate the entire slate of leaders to repeat another term because they're doing it so very well. Thank you guys if you do want to do that.
Is there a second?
Second?
Moved and seconded. Is there any other nominations?
Move to close the nomination.
Move to close the nominations. All those in favor of closing nominations, please signify by saying aye.
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 The nominations are closed. Now into the election itself. All those in favor of re-electing the current slate of officers, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you. The slate of officers is elected. Thank you. Thank you for your
guys.
confidence.
Thank you.
There's no correspondence, and I don't see anyone for public comment.
And there's no meeting minutes.
And there's no meeting minutes. Okay. Okay. No meeting minutes. Okay. Any presentations? No. Any reports? Mr. Stranko?
No, sir.
Ms. McDonald?
No.
Ms. Rye?
I have a brief treasurer's report that will be emailed to everybody after the fact. This covers 2 months. We had a beginning balance of 47,790.01. We did have expenses of 8916 for office expenses. Income was 4,036 and 22 cents. Interest was 94.29, leaving an ending balance of 51,831.36.
Great, thank you.
That's it.
Thank,
I should say, I guess, the Land Stewardship Corporation wants to cancel the lease that they have
Okay.
in our space, and oh, you were gonna cover that, okay. Well, then
okay,
you can-
okay. Any questions for Ms. Rye?
I would also note that we didn't receive parking payment for December, but sometimes things
Okay.
come up the next month, or that might be on the agenda today.
Okay.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
Mr. McKenzie's here for some comments in executive session.
Good.
So, let's note that Mr. Bailey and Mr. Kirby are with us, and Mr. Mills is on his way. All right, other reports of officers, director. Mr. Bailey, anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Kirby? Okay, reports of committees. Ms. McDonald?
No.
Okay. Mr. Bailey, anything from Greenbelt?
No report at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Stranko?
Very excited about a conversation that we'll have in executive
Great.
session with regard to the project in Lower Greenland.
Excellent, excellent. Report of city staff. The city manager's not with us and the city attorney's not with us. Mr. Yeager?
Yeah, as Ms. McDonald already alluded to, we received a notice from the West Virginia Land Steward Corporation to end their lease at the end of the term. They will be submitting another request to actually end that a little bit earlier than what the lease would require, so they need to put that in writing, and we'll bring that to the committee and then to the board probably in March for consideration. And that's all I have, sir.
Great, great. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? Okay, I'd now entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters of property, development of property, acquisition of property, and contracts.
I make that motion pursuant to subparagraph 9 of the Sunshine Act, which is commercial competition exception.
Is there a second? Mr. Yeager, will we need to come out of executive session?
No, sir.
So there'll be no business after the executive session. All those in favor of moving into executive session, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are now in executive session. Thank you.
How you doing? You look well. Look harried.
Thank you.
Harried.
Thanks, Dan.
It's true.
All right, so we have just a couple updates. Sam has received all the information he needs to start making contacts. He's actually reached out